Jimmy, tonight, see where the black.
Yeah.
If it's black, it's not going to play next.
Right.
It has to be yellow. And that's I've been in that loop tonight for some reason. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's much better. Look at how cute you are. Look at us. Nice.
Not what my show's going on.
Nice.
Welcome to Eric Rankin's world.
Hey, there's the king of the world. I love it. And girl.
Oh my God! Look at that. Yeah.
Oh, baby. This isn't even
Crazy
real.
over here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Joy to you and me. Yeah. This is so fun.
Drink water. Little dose of the feminine. She's all over with all the rest. It's your song, dude.
Yeah, I'm recording 2 hours. Too, so that's another one.
Where's my head?
It's so. Doesn't it
You're a
fit?
rainbow rider.
I know.
Did you hear it? This is your song.
That's crazy.
I know. It'll be done. It'll be done.
It's crazy, right?
You gotta
Oh, the boys and girls.
And they
Joy to the fishes and the deep blue sea. That's where we were
They have
today.
their volumes turned up. Do they know where they are over there?
We don't have enough cans for everybody to read it without.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the volume.
Does everyone have a
Joy to you and me. Good song, man.
No, I'm leaving it open. There's just us. We're the last
Watch the
ones.
grand opening of the show.
Yeah. Look at how beautiful she is.
Keep going.
Here we go,
She
ladies and
smells so
gentlemen.
good, too.
Come on, lay for me.
Listen, fanboy, it's time to get serious. And next we have that rainbow guy.
That rainbow guy. What do you mean by that rainbow guy?
That rainbow guy, Paul Yosemite Bear Vasquez. You know, it's interesting to see him smiling his rainbow radiant present across the microphone here. And you know, you probably hear my smile ear to ear because when you're in this man's presence, you can't stop smiling. And you can't stop giggling either. And we've been together all day. He spent the night at my house last night, as well as Enjung and our beloved Cora Flora spent the night. It was like a regular old slumber party. We had so much fun. It's just the fun doesn't stop. So that rainbow guy, we got stopped in Laguna 2 or 3 times just get in here with people going, "Hey, are you that rainbow guy? My friend says you're that rainbow guy." And he's like, "I just got girl fanned by a really hot chick."
She was. Really beautiful.
So some of us are there are probably some listeners saying, what's that about? But there's probably more that are saying, "Oh my gosh, that's the guy whose videos have reached millions of people," because many of his videos have been seen over 1 million times, and he's been in touch with Google and Microsoft and the Weather Channel, and he's currently, his voice and his video are in Jennifer Aniston's movie. What's it called? The Millers.
We're the Millers.
We're the Millers, which I hear is really funny. I can't wait to go see it. But one of the things he told me last night was, in the credits, her name is on his mountain. And I said,
What
that
does
is
that mean?
no
Right?
accident. There you go. So he'll elaborate on that a little bit. One of the things, though, I did want to talk about as far as him being here is that I want to give thanks again to Facebook, because without Facebook, I wouldn't have met every single person in this studio. Greg became a friend on Facebook through Eric Rankin. Enjung became a friend on Facebook because she saw my picture and felt my presence. Yosemite Bear almost didn't accept my friend because I was
'Cause
a
she was
married
married.
woman.
I don't accept married women. They have to give me a compelling reason.
And what was her compelling reason?
That she wanted to talk to me.
Very compelling.
Yes. And that she was a hot blonde. That's enough. How can you say no to
That's
that?
compelling.
When a hot blonde says pretty please, it's impossible to say no.
Yeah, people ask me today, you mean you just met him in person yesterday and he's staying the night at your house and you met him on Facebook? And I go, yeah, and my husband's okay with that.
Your husband has one basic rule. No frat houses. You could have a hotel, just not a frat house.
Brian,
So you snuck in under
I
the
know,
radar.
it's
It must
crazy.
be the hair.
Brian's been amazing about having so many guests come through our house, and that's really what I envision our theme is going to be tonight, because each one of you that's in the studio feels to me like you're modeling the new age of communal living. And this is, you notice we started with the 60s song, right? And that, for those of you listening, I was dancing.
They
Jumping up
were
and down.
all dancing.
Yes.
And I'm laughing because I'm hearing it. I didn't realize it had Rainbow Rider in it.
I know, right? There's so much stuff in it, yeah.
And it was the perfect song, Greg. So thank you so much.
Yeah, that
for
was
putting
good.
That one on first. That was it.
It was all for you,
It's like,
darling.
oh, thank you. Good way to start. But one thing that Yosemite Bear said last night that I really wanted us to take in before we go into our meditation, and this really will, feel it. I think we'll all feel it. He said last night, sitting in the backyard, we were looking up at the sky, and he said, Google was freaked out when I said Facebook is like our consciousness and YouTube is like our memory. And I said, wait a minute, stop. And let's breathe that in for a moment. Facebook is like our consciousness and YouTube is like our memory.
Well, after we do our prayer, I want to ask you more about what you meant by that.
Good shoot. I got it all.
And we appreciate all of our listeners. This show has been so amazing with connecting us all. So I think we're going to start with Melissa. And Melissa's going to share a little bit about the Chakra Shack and what that is and what your grand opening is and when it is.
Well, it's a wonderful opportunity, first of all, to support our local station here in Laguna Beach, KX 93.5. And the Chakra Shack is a life-conscious store that's been in Laguna for over 10 years. The owner is Jill Templin, a very good soul sister of ours that's been supporting Laguna through its changes of consciousness. And the Chakra Shack used to be literally a shack. It was no more than 600 square feet to her in full abundance. So she was able to move and go to 3,200 square feet.
Wow.
It's an
And
amazing space. It's stunning.
it is. It's a beautiful historic building. It's part of Laguna Beach Historic Community. It was built in 1926, and it was part of the Minter family's mortuary.
Wow.
And it's been there as a solid foundation for the community in some of the most difficult times for a lot of people that don't understand consciousness and where we go after. So this building has a lot of beautiful history, and I think it's so harmonically beautiful that we have a life-conscious metaphysical store there. And we are there to promote community, and so whatever is best for the community and how we can bring people together. So this grand opening just isn't about the store. We actually reached out to Laguna Beach and took most of our soul brothers and sisters that were available in their healing gifts and their consciousness of workshop, and we're giving a free festival to the entire city. And our headliner is our beautiful soul sister, Larissa Stowe, in the Shakti tribe. She was just so gracious and humble to work within our budget. I mean, that's a blessing in itself. And we have Cora Flora who's going to be playing. And it's a family festival. It really is. There'll be live music all day, free food, free henna tattoos for the kids. So we're hoping that everyone will come and share their radiant light and love and understand that we're all there to be together and to let the community grow within Laguna.
And what day is that going to be?
That is going to be this Sunday, Labor Day of September 1st. It starts at 12 o'clock. We have a blessing for the store, and we'll go till 6 p.m. So we hope to rock Laguna and bring everyone together.
Very cool. Thank you so much for doing
Nice.
that.
No
For
problem.
the community
Darn.
and creating such an amazing environment for healing, for happiness, for learning, for growth, for sharing. It's an amazing, amazing space. If you guys haven't gone down to visit, it's really one of those places that even if you don't know what it is, you find yourself being drawn there almost like a magnet.
And it's going to be wonderful because we are focusing on life consciousness. We'll be offering education. We'll be having potluck dinners for the community. And you also then, of course, can have personal one-on-one healing sessions. They also brought in a massage therapist, so they are going through different modalities. And if there's anyone out there that would like to submit their bio and resume, go ahead and send it to me through Facebook at Universal Core Wellness. And we'll go ahead and take a look because we're continually adding to the team and looking for those people.
That was such a great segue for me. I get to segue into exactly how this is how Yosemite Bear, our rainbow dude, the
All right,
rainbow
wait.
king.
Explain all of those names. You have a whole lot of names.
I do. I have a lot of
I've
names.
called him King. I've called him Rainbow Guy. I've called him the Sparkle Man. You know,
Wait, are these your names or are these Michelle's names that she's given to you?
Whatever she wants to call me, I'm happy to call me.
Make for dinner.
Yeah.
but you know, Bear really exemplifies what it means to live in the present, to live in your heart, to do what you do, to live your passion. And this is how he lives. And he has so many stories to tell that I don't want to hug the microphone. I want him to tell some of his stories about what brought him here and how he got from the Rainbow video to the Google Studios to those brothers writing a song about him and them going viral. You know, you have a lot to share, and so we like to hear from you.
Sure. There's a lot to tell. So I was born and raised here in Southern California and left to go live and work in Yosemite in 1985 when I was 22 years old. And I married into the Yosemite Indian tribe and have Yosemite Indian kids. And I bought land in 1988 and turned it, I hacked a farm out of the wilderness. And all along, it's been my duty and my passion to document my life. I've just felt compelled to do this. And I had 200 videos on YouTube when I went viral. So I shot, well, in case people don't know, I shot a video of a rainbow in my front yard, and hundreds of millions of people have seen it. And yeah.
So why was that one so popular?
That one was so popular because what it boils down to is it's the first time anyone has videotaped themselves understanding that they were in the presence of God. Yeah, that's what my video is.
Yeah. Unbridled joy and passion.
Yeah.
And it was contagious.
Yeah.
Everybody
viral.
had to feel it, see it, experience it.
Yeah, everyone had to share it, and it's kind of proof that I was in the presence of God, because God touched me. It knocked me to the ground, and the last 2/3 of that video, I'm on my butt, just trying to hold the camera still, and God spoke to and through me, and those words have been turned into hundreds of songs. Hundreds of millions of people have heard some of the songs about it, and there's all different kinds of songs, and tens of thousands of people have sang those words to me, not from a song that I wrote or sang. Yeah, and that's happened many times.
Will you share some of those words with us tonight?
Well, the words that most people, most songs are from the Double Rainbow video, you know. So I'm just describing what I'm seeing. It's a, oh my God, full on double rainbow all the way across the sky. It's so bright, it's so vivid, it's so intense, something like that. And then I understand that I'm in the presence of God, and I'm questioning why. Why does God choose to come to my front yard? And I say, what does it mean? Tell me what it means. And then I say, it's too much. And I sob, right? I'm sobbing because I'm understanding that I'm in the presence of God. And throughout the whole video, I say, oh my God, over and over again, because I am understanding that that's what's happening. Yeah, and there's so many things leading up to it, but basically, you know, when I have all these Yosemite Indian ceremonies that I've been doing for 20 years, and when I've hacked a farm out of the wilderness, And when I've been living alone on the side of the mountain, it changes your reality. It changes your perception and understanding of things. And so I have been working on this land for a long time and have been getting it ready in case society doesn't continue to work the way we know it to. And I have my own well. I'm working towards alternative energy. I'm almost there. I grow a lot of my own food. I'm living in a sustainable way. And it feels like an ark. And I've been saying this for a long time, how I feel like I'm on an ark. I feel like I'm Noah. So when the double rainbow came, I had just finished writing an email saying that I felt like I was Noah. And my house fills with color. And rainbows had been coming to me like with freakish frequency. And I was there, and I not just everything I say there. It's in videos. So there's lots of rainbow videos, and this one comes and it's full on double rainbow all the way across the sky, and it looks like a giant eyeball. And I just finished. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, that is an eyeball all the way across the sky. And I'm like, only God can have an eyeball that big. God's right sitting right there in my front yard, right after I said I was like Noah. Noah's a prophet of God who saw a rainbow, right? So I understand. God put his eyeball right there. He's looking at me. That's why I say, what does it mean? And it's too much, because it's too much to be in the presence of God. But God spoke to me and through me, and the words flew out. And the proof is in the fact that these words, this video has spread everywhere. And now whenever anyone sees a rainbow, they cannot help but think about my video. And they say the same words I do. They say, what does it mean? And even though they're not realizing what they're saying, they're still saying it. I'm getting them to walk down this road to question, what is this? And what it is it's the spirit of the universe. There's always a rainbow. You just need light, you just need water, and you can see the universe.
So that's the awakening code.
I guess you can look at it that way, yeah.
I asked him last night, if you were on Oprah, she would ask you, what does God mean to you? What is God to you? And your answer was?
God's everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, and we're all part of God, and we're all part of the one.
So for the 2.5 people that haven't seen your video, I'm sorry, 3.5 people, we have one person in the room that
I
actually hasn't
willingly
seen
admit that it's genuine. He does share that radiance.
it. Where would they be able to get that?
You could just Google double rainbow, and it's the YouTube video with 38 million views.
38 million people have seen it.
Just on my channel, yeah.
Just on
One of the songs has 34 million, and then there's hundreds of spoofs, interviews. It's been on countless TV shows. I was on Jimmy Kimmel like a dozen times, and Jimmy Fallon played it. It's been on Nightline, CNN, Good Morning America. So many TV shows have quoted it. South Park. It was on the series finale of The Office. Modern Family, and on and on and on. I was a question twice on Jeopardy. It's like that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
You know, it's been
that really shows your status.
right. I mean, Jennifer Aniston is using. She opens her movie with my video. My voice starts her movie. And the offer came on Valentine's Day. I want to get that out there. It means she loves me. At least I'm taking it that way. Yeah, but I did a commercial with her in 2010, and she fangirled me. She came up to me and she asked me for a picture, and I was blown away. Yeah, and she told me she loved me, and she gave me a nice hug, and then she put me in this movie or my video.
All they have to do to get a hold of this video, for those people who haven't seen it, is just Google
Double Rainbow, and it comes up. It comes up as a YouTube video with 38 million views. It's 3.5 minutes. It's just a rainbow. I'm not in it. You just see the rainbow.
Oh, your arm's in it.
No, you don't see my arm. You just see the rainbow.
But there's so many. He documents his life, and he shows people how he lives. He shows people that he lives joyously, present in the moment. He opens his home on couchsurfing.com. I think he has a profile on there.
Wow.
And you know, that's the thing when we talk about this communal living thing, and we've talked and touched upon it a lot in the past 24 hours. Because what it's done is it's opened him up to a whole new way of living within community. He came to my house. There's no hotel fee when you're just spreading your love. You're going, you're staying with somebody, and it does feel like family. I even told him to get his own English muffin this morning. But I did
No.
make his coffee for him.
No, she started making it and was like, I remember she was saying, I don't cook, and I seen her laboring with it, so I thought I'll take over.
It's total family. It's like Thanksgiving.
So speaking of family, you said last night you were sitting around the fire
We were
And-
sitting outside my backyard.
outside
Yeah.
your backyard, and what was going on there? And
Cora was playing guitar. It was like a dream. Enjung had flown in and she was so exhausted. She couldn't even keep her eyes open because she had just flown in from Switzerland and then Denver and then here. And so she went upstairs and then we went out in the backyard and it was like a dream. It's not usually that warm at night here, and it was so warm. We were in shorts, just laying on the ground. I was laying on the ground with my arm up against my ear, just fascinated with what we've manifested and created in each other's lives. And Cora was singing to us, and I asked that Oprah question because she asked that all the time, and you were talking so poignantly about God and what your experience was. And I'm just watching your life unfold, and you're living the life most people dream of.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
You know, and this program is really about. I think Eric's vision and mission with the program was to put it out there for people to understand. You know, that we're not trying to promote any one religion or going down any path. Just
right.
planting seeds of awareness and opening those little doors inside of our brains and our hearts and connecting them. And
And Eric provides that so beautifully.
yeah, there's just so many stories, and to see how one thing leads to another. I remember the first time we met Enjung.
And I was energetically very sensitive since I was very little, and I had many vivid dreams. And since I came to Denver, I studied the Korean Qigong. It's called Danha. And it really opened my energy channels, and I started one weekend just speaking in a different language. And I was just receiving messages from my guides, and I was inspired to take energy work courses, and I studied with different teachers on different subjects, angels and crystals, and anything that I was inspired to learn. And the connection with this language of light got deepened, and whatever I studied, I just ended up always when I was connecting with people, this channeling or this language of light that became stronger. And so I started to use it during my meditations and small workshops that I was leading at the time, and it became clear to me that this language of light was very impactful because it's not a human language, and people's mind get interrupted when they listen to a human language, and their mind goes different ways to interpret. But this language of light is just a pure vibration. So when we channel source energy or love or peace, it just goes directly to people's heart chakras or energy centers so that they can fully absorb. And also it awakens certain memory banks we all have within, so that they can be reawakened, or they can remember what they have within, the divinity within. So that's how I started to really use it, and it's not really conscious in a way. I automatically just feels the energy coming in, and I have to share it. So it becomes not only just the language, but it becomes singing and chanting. And today, when we were out in the boat, when we were surrounded by so many amazing dolphins, just the parts of love coming in, I started to sing, and it was like we were weaving this beautiful dance of love and light. So they were like jumping, like
They jumped higher than we'd ever seen them
Yes.
jump on any other boat.